Fresh from the adrenaline of Watches and Wonders 2025, Tudor has wasted no time in continuing its momentum. In a span of just 1 week, the brand has unveiled not one, but 2 new chronographs, each distinct in character, but equally compelling. We break down the novelties, the Black Bay Chrono Carbon 25 and the Pelagos FXD Chrono Pink. Leading the charge is the Black Bay Chrono Carbon 25, a motorsport-inspired take on Tudor's already well-loved chronograph. This special edition features a newly designed 42mm carbon fiber case, 1 millimeter larger than the standard Black Bay Chrono, with a thickness of 14.3 millimeters. The choice of carbon not only lends the watch a lightweight profile, but also offers a fresh, high-performance aesthetic. Complementing the case are PVD-treated titanium screw-down pushers and a matching crown adorned with the Tudor rose in relief. A titanium caseback with PVD finish enhances the watch's hypoallergenic properties and contributes to its technical appeal. The design cues of the Carbon 25 are closely tied to Tudor's sponsorship of the Visa Cash App RB Formula One team, with the dial and minute track evoking the visual language of the racetrack. Particularly noteworthy is the subtle reference to apex markings, a thoughtful touch that motorsport aficionados will appreciate. Limited to 2,025 pieces, each watch is individually numbered, underscoring its exclusivity. Just days later, Tudor introduced another chronograph, the Pelagos FXD Chrono Pink. At first glance, it may appear familiar, echoing last year's Pelagos FXD Chrono Cycling Edition. But there are subtle yet meaningful differences. The Pink Edition retains the same 43mm carbon composite case with a thickness of 13.2 millimeters. Fixed lugs, titanium chronograph pushers, and a screw-down crown remain core to its rugged, lightweight construction. Unique to the FXD Chrono series is the tachometric scale, calibrated for 60-minute intervals, a nod to competitive cycling where such a scale is far more practical than the traditional 500 to 60 units per hour. This model is a tribute to the Maglia Rosa, the iconic pink jersey worn by the overall leader in the Giro d'Italia. The vibrant pink details on the dial are not only symbolic, but makes a striking statement on the wrist bold, yet rooted in context. Between the two, the Black Bay Chrono Carbon 25 edges out as Stanley's personal favorite. Its dynamic blend of classic chronograph design, complete with screw-down pushers and contemporary materials, along with the motorsport narrative, makes it a standout release. The white and blue dial in particular is visually arresting and speaks volumes without needing to shout. That said, both watches represent Tudor at its most playful yet purposeful, continuing its strategy of injecting fresh energy into its toolwatch lineage. So which one would you pick? Release Information 1. Black Bay Chrono Carbon 25. Limited to 2,025 pieces. Tudor has been tied to motorsport since the 50s, competing on the open road, the racetrack, and even in the desert. The new Black Bay Chrono Carbon 25, with a case rendered entirely in carbon fiber, including the end links, with titanium pushers, marks a long history of Tudor going wheel-to-wheel with racing teams. With a tech-forward redesigned lightweight case, column wheel manufacturer Calibre, and an aesthetic inspired by the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls Formula One team, the Black Bay Chrono Carbon 25 laps the competition. Motorsports are inherently dangerous. High-speed driving requires drivers to operate at the very edge of the performance and safety envelope. Time is at the center of all forms of competitive driving. It's what separates winners from losers. Champions are made and lost in fractions of a second. Tudor knows a thing or two about how important time is to the best drivers in the world. Way back in the late 60s, when Tudor was campaigning a cutting-edge Porsche 906 in Japan, the drivers wore Tudor watches on their wrists. In 2025, Tudor continues to keep performance drivers on time. Just ask Visa Cash App Racing Bulls Formula One. Team drivers Liam Lawson and Isaac Hadjar. The new Black Bay Chrono Carbon 25 continues the long tradition of Tudor's presence on the track. This new watch represents Tudor's relentless pursuit of mechanical performance. Carbon fiber is the ideal material for a racing chronograph because of its weight-saving advantages. Less weight equals more speed, and that speed can be accurately measured using manufacturer caliber MT5813's chronograph function in conjunction with the one-piece tachometric bezel, which is also fashioned out of lightweight carbon fiber. Even the end links that affix the hybrid strap to the case are rendered in carbon fiber. Every little bit of weight should count. For a purely aesthetic touch, even the chronograph subcounters are rendered in carbon fiber. The aesthetic codes present in the watch mirror those of the 2025 season livery on the Visa Cash app Racing Bulls Formula One team car. Only 2025 Black Bay Chronograph Carbon 25 examples will be made, paying homage to this important year in Tudor's ever-evolving motorsport history. On the PVD finished titanium case back, the individual number of the watch is identified. That means it's a whole lot easier to get some seat time with the watch than it is with the car. Tudor Black Bay Carbon 25 is priced at 10,470 Singapore dollars. The spirit of asphalt and sea. Remaining faithful to the Black Bay aesthetic, the Black Bay Chrono model has made the famous snowflake hands, a brand signature for divers' watches since 1969, its own, in a version honed to ensure optimum readability on its domed, racing white dial with two hollowed black subcounters. Inspired by the first generation of Tudor chronographs, the dial layout includes a 45-minute counter and a date aperture positioned at 6 o'clock. The recognizable characteristics of the Black Bay line, beveled lugs and Tudor rose-sign crown, are preserved in a carbon fiber case with a 42mm diameter. Typical of the scrupulous attention to detail that is characteristic of the brand, the design of the titanium pushers has been inspired by the very first generation of Tudor chronographs. A fixed bezel in carbon fiber with a tachometric scale completes the look and function of these sporty chronographs. The manufacturer, Chronograph Calibre MT5813. The manufacturer Chronograph Calibre MT5813, which powers the Black Bay Chrono model, displays hour, minute, second, chronograph and date functions. It has the finish typical of Tudor manufacture calibers. Its rotor and tungsten monoblock is openwork and satin brushed with sandblasted details, and its bridges and main plate have alternate sandblasted and polished surfaces with laser decorations. Boasting a 70-hour power reserve and a silicon-balanced spring, the manufacturer MT5813 Chronograph Calibre is certified by the official Swiss Chronometer Testing Institute, COS, with its performance exceeding the standards set by this independent institute. In fact, where COSC allows an average variation in the daily rate of an uncased movement of between -4 + 6 seconds variation per day, Tudor applies a -2 + 4 seconds variation standard on the completely assembled watch. A high-performance movement, it was crafted in the purest watchmaking tradition, with a column wheel mechanism and vertical clutch. In keeping with the Tudor philosophy of quality, it presents extraordinary robustness and reliability, guaranteed by the array of extreme tests applied to all Tudor products. Derived from the chronograph manufacturer caliber B01 from Breitling, with a high-precision regulating organ developed by Tudor and exclusive finishes, this movement is the result of a lasting collaboration between the two brands, which have chosen to pool their expertise in the design and production of certain mechanical movements. The essence of Black Bay. Like other models in the Black Bay range, the Black Bay Chrono has adopted Tudor's characteristic angular hands, known as snowflake, that first appeared in the brand's 1969 catalog. The result of a subtle blend of traditional aesthetics and contemporary watchmaking, the Black Bay line is far from simply being an identical re-release of a classic. Resolutely anchored in the present, it brings together over 70 years of Tudor divers' watches. Whilst it is neo-vintage in conception, its manufacturing techniques and its robustness, reliability, durability, and precision, as well as the quality of its finish, are above modern industry standards. 5 decades of Tudor chronographs. In 1970, Tudor introduced its first chronograph, the Oyster Date, a watch that was both robust and functional, Its unique design was characterized by its bright colors, its pentagonal hour markers shaped like a baseball home plate, its 45-minute counter, and its date function at 6 o'clock. Immediately adopted by the world of motorsport, it paved the way for more than 50 years of technical chronographs that Tudor has never stopped improving. Second, Pelagos FXD Chrono Pink. Limited to 300 pieces, the winner of the Giro d'Italia earns the distinction of wearing the maglia rosa, or pink jersey, a symbol of victory after taking on one of the most challenging and storied races in all of Italy and the world. Now, Tudor is honoring that legacy with a small run of 300 FXD Chrono Pink watches, featuring a dial with pink accents for those who are seeking out their own victories. The Giro is one of the most prestigious Grand Tours in the professional circuit, and Tudor is the official timekeeper of the race. The coveted maglia rosa, or pink jersey that represents victory at the Giro, has over a century of storied history behind it. The race started in 1909 and continues today at the highest level of cycling. For many cycling fans, the Giro d'Italia represents the most exciting race event on the calendar, as the race is perceived as the most difficult, the most beautiful, and the most festive of the Grand Tour calendar. To get an idea of just how challenging the race is, consider this. The riders will experience the elevation gain of going up Mount Everest 6 times over the course of the race. If that isn't worthy of making a race-specific watch for, then we don't know what is. Just 300 examples of this Pelagos FXD Chrono Pink will be produced. Professional cycling isn't for the faint of heart. Riders' bodies and minds are pushed to the absolute limit with every pedal stroke, not to mention the incredible danger of the sport. A watch engineered with professional cycling in mind needs to stand up to the extreme demands of the sport while being easy for the rider to operate. It's no secret that the fastest bikes are made of carbon fiber, and that's why Tudor opted for carbon composite for the case of the new chronograph designed with daring riders in mind. The implementation of titanium elements help make the watch necessarily robust, as it will certainly face the unpredictable conditions presented by cycling. It's not only the durability of the watch that was considered during its design phase, it's also meant to be useful to riders while they're putting in time on the bike. It's typical for the tachymetric scale of a chronograph to be calibrated to the speeds an automobile is capable of. Indeed, many Tudor chronographs feature a scale typically associated with motorsport. What makes the Pelagos FXD Chrono Pink special is that the scale is presented in a way that's suited for the speeds that cyclists can sustain. The chronograph scale is wrapped around the dial in a spiral, allowing the average speeds that cyclists routinely operate at to be read at a glance. The tachymeter function on the Pelagos FXD Chrono Pink has been specifically designed for cycling. Tudor Pelagos FXD Chrono Pink retails for 7,700 Singapore dollars. Race-ready dials. The matte black dial with pink accents puts legibility first and foremost and is reminiscent of the colors associated with the Giro d'Italia. The signature square hour markers and snowflake hands, designed back in the 60s by Tudor to offer larger luminous surfaces and thus improve legibility, are fashioned from luminescent ceramic composite for optimal legibility in challenging conditions. Around the circumference of the dial, printed on a 45-degree angled rehaut, is a recalibrated tachymeter scale whose inner ring focuses on the speeds that cyclists ride at. A fabric strap for riding. The single-piece fabric strap is one of the hallmarks of Tudor, which in 2010 became one of the first watchmaking brands to offer it with its watches. Woven in France in the 19th century, jacquard looms by the Julien Faure Company in the Saint-Étienne region. Its manufacturing quality, robustness, and comfort on the wrist are unique. For the Pelagos FXD models, a highly technical strap construction was developed by Tudor and Julien Faure. Made up of a 22mm black jacquard woven technical fabric with a pink stripe and a traditional buckle, it's perfect for putting in time on the bike. Manufacture Chronograph Calibre MT5813. The manufacture Calibre MT5813, powering the Pelagos FXD Chrono, displays hours, minutes, seconds chronograph and date functions. It also bears the matte finish typical of Tudor manufacture calibers and comes complete with a signature tungsten open-work monoblock rotor, boasting a weekend-proof 70-hour power reserve and a silicon-balanced spring. The manufacturer Chronograph Calibre MT5813 is certified by the Swiss Official Chronometer Testing Institute, COSC, with its performance exceeding the standards set by this independent institute at -2 and +4 seconds variation per day, tested on every fully assembled chronograph. A high-performance movement, it was crafted in the purest watchmaking tradition, with a column wheel mechanism and vertical clutch. In keeping with the Tudor philosophy of quality, it presents extraordinary robustness and reliability, guaranteed by the array of extreme tests applied to all Tudor products. If you find this video informative and give enthusiasts about luxury watches brand, like this 2 watches from Tudor, which is a perfect entry-level luxury watches collections, kindly hit the subscribe button and don't forget to like, comment, share, and turn on the notification bell to stay tuned to our channel for more exciting